Two guests with us this morning.
But I love these type of interviews. You know what I'm saying? I love interviewing the OGs of the game, the legends.
That's right. Irv Gotti.
Yes.
And Ja Rule.
Yo, what
Welcome home to Ja.
Welcome home, Ja.
Fresh out the pen.
Fresh out the pen.
Fresh out the
Ja,
pen.
you was coming home so many times, we didn't know when you was coming home. They said 20 days,
man.
10 days, and they bumped it to 45 more days. We tried to have a countdown, but it didn't work.
Trust me, nothing. It wasn't worse on nobody but me, man. I thought I was walking out the door. They said, no, come in. Come with us real quick, man. So it was crazy.
Did anybody try to text you right before you left? You know how they always do that right before you leaving?
Nah. It was a lot of love up in the joint. You know what I mean? Dudes got a lot of love for me. Plus, you know, we know a lot of people.
Yeah,
you know a lot of people.
Yeah, you know what?
My friends in jail.
And I try and tell everyone that. I try and tell everyone, like, yo, it's weird with us because we made, you know, we were supposed to be the soft guys. You understand? We made the chick-friendly regular. But we, in the last, like, I would say 5 to 7, the most love we get is from the authentically gangster street, because you know, with me, with my case beating the feds, and then with Rule doing what he do, we get all the love from the hardest dude, yo. They love murder.
Nobody ever thought y'all was the soft guys. I mean, y'all were
It's
called
Murder,
Murder
Inc.
Inc.
Yeah, but you know, people was believing things, you know, from other people.
Just a little love, un poquito.
How's Preem doing? You spoke to Preem?
Yeah, Preem, you know,
He
Preem is
good.
Preem.
He good, yeah.
Preem is Preem. The thing with Preem is Preem loves being Preem. You know what I'm saying? Preem just loves being Preem. So even when he's inside and going through a double life bid, but he's still Preem. You know what I'm saying? So we talk to him. I go visit him. You know what I'm saying? Last time I visited him in Florence Admax. It's the worst. That's where, like, Jeffrey
That's the
Dahmer.
Admax, yeah.
You know,
It's underground. It's just.
I went there. They rioted because all the prisoners in there, they feel like they're dead already. They Preem be like the big thing for them. They talk about their grave. They plaques and what they
Getting
wanted
their
to read.
plots.
Wow. Yeah, because they're lost. To get there, you got to catch 2 planes, and then it's a 2-hour drive. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Just big weeds and cornfields or whatever like that. And like when I came there, I did the weekend. I did Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday, when I got there, the word spread. Irv Gotti's here to see Preem. Hoover, big shout out to Larry Hoover.
Big shout out to the old man.
He was in his next thing. I sent him some things and stuff. But the next day, Saturday, when I came back, they rioted. He said, Pappy, you know, Pappy Mason, all my Queens heads, P was in there. He said, Pappy was in there spitting on COs talking about Gotti, Preem, do. He said, yo, Pappy in the hole. And he said, you caused the riot. He said, just because they couldn't believe that someone like me took the time to come see somebody in there, because they're the forgotten people.
Right.
Yeah, it's deep.
Well, you rarely see people who started together still down with each other. Like, how have y'all been able to maintain?
Because we're good guys.
I don't even know this guy. That's my brother, man. We've been rocking and rolling for a long time, but it's deeper than just music and what we do out, you know, business wise. You know, it's a real love. Our families are close and stuff like that. Our boys and, you know, everything is so. It's,
He never wanted to leave
thing.
one time from the TGT day. What, TVT?
TVT.
TVT. Never from the TVT days?
Nah, I mean, you know, with Gotti it's a different thing because, you know, I'm a boss too. You know, so it's not like I'm just an artist and, you know, you take the crumbs and I'll take everything else. You know, we got a really good relationship outside of the business and with the business. So that makes it work.
Business-wise, most people get into disputes over money. I didn't get the money I was supposed to get. What happened to this?
Yeah.
We ain't never really, like, anything he wants or anything that I want or whatever like that. We just talk about it, and really it's done. It's like and the thing with me and Rule is there's no, and our hearts is always in the right place. So when we talk to each other, we know it's all love. That's why I said I never had an argument with Rule. We never had an argument, like a real argument where we walked off like.
I think we had one argument. You know the argument we had? I mean, this was a good one. When I did Count on You.
Right.
You remember that argument we had? And I was telling you, yo, these don't love you, Gotti.
Right.
And Gotti was like, these love me. And then he left, and then I made Count on You.
Who the you was talking about?
So that wasn't really an argument. That was just Rule telling me something.
Yeah.
Was Rule right though?
Was
Rule right?
Rule's always
to some degree.
Always right to some degree.
To some degree.
He's always right to some degree. You understand? You know what would have been interesting?
What?
Remember the time, like when he did Thug Love, and if you see at the end of that record, he says, Sony, then we doing classic, because we was trying to do something. Mm-hmm. And we should have did it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it was an iffy thing because I was having a Diddy moment. Like, it's saying I should be a rapper. But the thing is, he was going to get, listen, no, but it was going to be fly. Listen, it was going to be fly. And I'm telling you, I could have pulled it off.
We actually did a record. We did a record.
Can we hear something?
I did a record with Tony Braxton where I rapped on
it. Not that record. The record where we rhyming together. We going in and out.
With Harry O.
With Harry. That's a good record. Big shout to H.O. too.
That was the Ashanti Don't Leave Me Alone remix off of the...
It was kind of dope.
It was crazy. So listen. But here's how dope and fly it would have been. This is a testament to me and Rule. Because we said, Joe, he was getting a label deal. I had my label deal with Thing. He was getting his label deal on Sony. This is Tommy Mottola was trying a little...
That was the Empire thing, right?
Right. So he was going to get a label on Sony, and I was going to be his first artist.
Whoa.
Now, like...
That's what Biggie and Puff was going to do too, though, right?
Yeah, that would have been fly. That's what Biggie and Puff was going to do. Where he was managing thing, like it was just dope. Yeah. It was just dope, a fly thing to do. I wanted that to happen.
Well, why did y'all do it?
Like a trading places.
Everybody, a lot of my dudes was like, Gotti, don't do it because you know you one way and people perceive you one way. Don't do it. It was like little reservations. I wanted to do it because I was just thinking, and I said, Joe, I'll do a chronic like. Right. I could Dr. Dre it. Everyone writing his rhymes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll spit a verse and have all featured artists. I said I could go get everybody who I mess with to get on the album. I said it'll be dope. Right. And when I started talking at the time Mottola, he put them M's up.
Yeah, real talk.
Leo Block though.
Oh man. So John, let me ask you a question.
Block.
So when
that's when he said I own you.
Now when you were out, you came from Holla Holla. You came and was like you took over New York. And I was talking to Gotti about this earlier. But you were so big and so huge doing your records, doing the clubs, doing everything. You never had relationships. And I told it to Gotti, and I was like, so when 50 was coming out and he was throwing shots, you didn't have anybody I felt to call to be like, yo, I need you to hold me down.
You're
and the reason I say that was because when 50 was going at Ross called me, yo, E, I need you to hold me down. He was calling Clue, he was calling the DJs, and you never had that person. So it's kind of like New York just turned his back on you. Yeah. How did that make you feel? Like, you know, because this is a city and a state that you ran for years.
And I always big up my city. You know, I love New York City. I love my city. Anywhere I go, I champion the city. You know, it was difficult because, you know, when you have that feeling, you have that love for the city that you live in, the city that you grew up in, it's tough, you know, and that's why I love the record New York so much, because when I did that record, everybody was like, yo, you should do like a version for Chicago and like a version for L.A. and, you know, you should do I'm from L.A., you know, and I'm like, nah. I'm from New York. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this record represents. And if it's a local record, then so be it. But the record went out to the masses. So when I'm in like South Africa or when I'm in Australia, and I got 100 guns, I'm from New York. New York. Right. They want to be from New York. Everybody wants to feel like they're a part of the Mecca. Right. You know what I mean? So it hurt. It hurt. You know, I wasn't angry at my city. I wasn't angry at none of y'all, but it did hurt a little bit just to see how it could go from that to that so fast. You know
was Fat Joe and Kiss your first? Is that who you wanted on the record, or did you want somebody else? And at the time, they was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it right now."
Nah, you know, well, Crack was definitely involved because I got the record from Cool and Dre. So Cool and Dre kind of was like, yo, you could be you, could be Crack. You know how Cool and Dre are, you know what I mean? So they was kind of setting it up, orchestrating it like, you know, you get Jada. And I was like, yeah, that'll work. Me, Crack, and Jada will work. You know, then I threw out there, well, maybe we get Hove on it, or maybe we get Nas on it, you know what I mean? But I think for what it was at the time and what I was going through, the three of us worked.
It was perfect.
And Jada had no reservations, Joe had no reservations at all.
I'm not going to say that. Crack was in 100%. Jada might have been a little bit 1 foot in, 1 foot
That's
out.
because he was on Interscope at the time.
Yeah,
50 was
yeah.
running
So
Interscope.
it was a little bit of a thing with Jada, but you know, Jada's like family too. So
Yeah,
you know,
Jada's
so
extended-
he came
he's
in
extended family.
and he did the damn thing.
I've never seen the industry turn on a person the way they turned on you. It seemed like everybody had something to say, from Eminem to DMX to Dre to Busta.
Yeah.
You still have those old beefs?
Nah, I'm good with everybody.
Nah.
I'm good with everybody.
All that-
man.
all
you
that's
know,
dead.
all of those situations were kind of like guilty by association. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with this team, so we going. You know, like me and Game cool now. You know,
Yeah.
me and Buster don't got no problems. You know,
Right.
me and M haven't spoke, but you know, we didn't have problems before that. Me and
Right.
them was talking about doing records before that. You know, so it wasn't really a situation where I felt like, you know, these people don't like me per se. You know, it was a situation like we riding with this team and you
People
riding
gotta
with
be
that
loyal.
team.
Right, I want to talk
Yeah.
because Chris Lighty, right? I want to
bless him.
Rest in peace, Chris Lighty.
rest in peace. And his death hit me really, really hard because what people need to know about me and Chris Lighty is that was like one of my close friends. You understand? We was in Def Jam. I was in that little office. He had Violated down the thing. He's like, yo, I need Foxy Records. I did 4 Foxy Records with Jay. He would write, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. Like that. This was my man. Rule was managed by Violated and Chris Lighty for one thing. We did a monster record for him with the Missy record on his compilation. Like this dude was my man. Like not play like. I really considered him. He was at my wedding. He was my man.
Yeah.
And when 50 came along, it separated us for no reason other than he just had to pick that side.
Right. Yeah.
But there was nothing done for us not to be cool or whatever. And I seen him at Catch. This is like a couple months before he passed. And he came up to me. I was in Catch. I was with my little crew or whatever, and he was there, and he came up to me and he just gave me a pound, and it was love. And I'm so happy that at least I had that.
Right.
Like when I seen him and ended, and it was love, and it was like, cause he know, like two people they know. Like we could go with the hoopla, but he know what's real, and I know what's real. He know, dog, we never did nothing to you for you to hate us, and you never did nothing for us to hate you.
Yeah.
You was my man. But I understand. I'm a big boy, and I understand that you gotta do what you doing. So he came up to Cash, and it was just an embrace, and it was love, and like we was smiling. I swear to God, I wish someone would have took a picture of that so I could like have it in my crib and just be like, that was my man. Because I always felt that whenever he ran his course with 50, he was going to double back. You know what I'm saying? And be like, Gotti, what's up? Because he was a good dude. Like, I'm cool with his brothers. You know what I'm saying? I got a brother in the game. It's very similar. Me and him was very similar. We came to Def Jam. We was the flavorful dudes, the street dudes that put the energy. It's very similar. And he's like, that was my man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy that I got to have a good moment with him, and that's my ending moment with him. Because
you almost had to do the same thing, though.
Huh?
You were Jay's man, and the time when Jay and Nas was going at war, you were going to sign Nas. Almost done.
What was that about? I remember when
So
y'all had
it's the
Nas
same
on stage
thing.
throwing up the M.
Jay was your guy. You were going to do the album.
You're good.
No, I was waiting on this one. Let me get some water.
Remember, I was there. Like, we ain't got to call many times you called me and threatened me. I was there.
Listen to me. Listen. And I'm going to explain this one try to the best of my ability.
All right.
In hindsight, I love Nas. I love Jungle. But I should have never did that. I should have never.
Why did you do that?
That's because, as anyone who really knows me, I am one of the most ambitious. I want legendary. I want people to remember my name. I want that more than the bread. I want to do great things.
But there were beef. You brought me Jay's record.
I did
before
Super
Mary.
Ugly with Hov. You don't have to keep reminding me. I got it, my dude. I'm telling you, in all honesty, like, and me and Nas is my brother. I jungle. This is like my family. I would shed blood with these guys. If I seen someone trying to harm them, I would frontline with these guys. But me and Jay is something. I know Jay since '87. I should have never did that. I should have said, Stout, I cannot do that. But
Nas needed somebody to line up with too, because he was getting attacked by everybody in Rockefeller.
Look. It worked out great for Nas because he knew once he was with Murder, anything after Ether with Jay probably would simmer down or whatever. You understand? So it was a great move for my brother, but for me, it tarnished me and Jay's relationship a lot. Yeah. And it took years for us to get back. And it's like when it's nothing I could say, like, he's right. I was 100% wrong. But Jay knows me so well. He knew that ambition. You understand? He's like, yo, your ambition, you would run through me to get it. And I'm like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, it's something that I've grown and matured. It would never happen again. Hindsight, I could look back at it. It was a mistake that I made or whatever like that, and it would never happen again. But it absolutely was a big. That's one of and my thing. And it's like,
it's a big man to put that on the table.
Absolutely,
my brother.
Listen, that and the J-Lo, I made those is my two biggest regrets.
Well, say J-Lo, say what?
No, that was me.
About
that wasn't.
Listen, J-Lo from the Bronx, man.
From the Bronx, man. Yeah.
Puerto Ricans from the Bronx can say stop
all day.
What was the J-Lo
mistake?
Stay
with us.
What was the J-Lo mistake?
You knocked on J-Lo?
You smashed J-Lo?
No, I ain't smashed J-Lo.
Don't say it like that. Like that would be a bad look.
I was high, and it was an interview, and I said some bad things.
Oh.
I even was taken back by that. I had to call. I said, why would you say that? Like, why would you do that? Like,
we're not going to get into that.
You brought it up.
Let's not get into this.
We didn't even know about that. He brought it up.
No, but we ain't got to get into it. It was just, It's an Elle magazine. She was on the cover, and she told him to call me. And J-Lo was like, she was throwing them M's up. She was telling, like, it was just beautiful, and I was just high. I just got off the phone with Tommy Mottola. It was an argument. I was heated.
Like, I signed J-Lo.
Nah, I ain't signed J-Lo. What it was I was battling for Caddy. I was trying to break Cadillac Tie. He was on the Ain't It Funny record. He's in the video, but Sony serviced the record without him because they just wanted Rule and J-Lo. So I'm like, yo, you killing me, dog, and I'm giving you smash. So we going back and forth. It's heated. Then I hang the phone up. The next phone, it's Elle magazine. We need some quotes for J-Lo.
Oh.
Damn.
Bad timing.
And the interviewer was crazy because I said, yeah, you want some quote? What's up? And I'm high. I'm on like 3 ecstasy pills. So I'm floating and angry. And
say no to drugs.
Hey, the quote is, she said, we asked J-Lo, and she said, I'm real. It was not about Puffy. And I was like, what? She lying.
No, not I'm Real. Ain't It Funny?
Yeah.
No, they was like both the records.
I'm Real wasn't about Puffy.
Well, it was when he was on ecstasy.
I'm Real wasn't about Puffy.
So I tell it.
I thought you wrote
I'm Real wasn't about
You wrote those though, right, Jeff?
Yeah. But I'm Real wasn't about
records. But they asked me if the records was about Diddy, and I was like, sure they are.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Oh, let me read the quotes.
It wasn't your place.
Oh, look at this guy. What?
Yeah,
no, read the quote.
Gotti said, Lopez can't make a record like Whitney or Mariah because she ain't got a big voice.
What are you doing?
So she's got to F with guys like me who can hide or enhance the voice.
I mean, that's the truth, though.
Damn.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be said.
Not in Elle magazine, maybe.
It shouldn't be said. This is J-Lo. If you listen or if it gets back to you, this story is the biggest regret of my career because she didn't deserve it. She was riding with us.
Right.
She was, you know what I'm saying? She wanted to do more music with us. We did 2 number.
She's like, thanks for ruining my feature story in Elle.
I'm Real and Ain't It Funny is like 2 like historically humongous records. Both went #1. For a lot of weeks.
Multiple weeks.
And those are the only 2 records I ever did for my friend. And I could just say I'm sorry, and but you know what? She's absolutely right, or she would never trust me again.
I love you, Jenny. You know
I love
we love
you,
baby.
I love you, too.
He was taking it back. Jared was taking it back as well.
Listen, I was high, I'm stupid and crazy. Confirmed.
I used to hear a lot of infamous stories about both of you and ecstasy and everything. These guys are always on ecstasy. I remember one of my friends did an interview with you, and she was like, "Man, Ja is wild."
So how much of a detriment was ecstasy to you?
Not anymore.
No, that was back in the
Ecstasy
day.
was good.
Yeah.
Ecstasy is good.
It is not. It is
Ecstasy
not.
is bad.
Ecstasy is
You
good.
never seen a family on ecstasy on HBO?
Listen to
Ecstasy
me.
is
We
bad.
made all of those records you love. We was very high. Yo, Rule was a maniac though. Rule used to wake up. I remember every day he would have a bottle
shades
of Remy.
I love Remy.
Yo,
That's me right now.
Do you know what that's doing to your
glasses
liver?
on.
You wake up, no OJ, no water, a liter of Remy Martin, and then when we start getting a lot of paper, it was Cristal. He would wake up and just I'm like, yo, and walk around with a bottle. I'm like, yo, man, Nino Brown, man, is something else, man. Say, get my man a straw.
Yeah. Those are the days,
He's
huh?
like, those days.
Those was good
Oh,
days.
And then I
Okay.
remember Vibe magazine, they did this whole feature on the wives of everybody.
Yeah.
And your wife was in there too. But now it seems like, we were talking about this earlier behind the scenes with Irv Gotti about, you know, your wife riding through something with you, a period of time when you're not the best guy, you're running around doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and she can either wait it out and hope that you get better, or she can leave you. Like Irv's wife did.
Yes.
So you get out.
Damn, Yee.
Shout out to Deb.
Shout out to Ish. What's up, baby?
Yeah, shout out to each.
But your wife stuck through it all, you know.
I didn't make it easy on her. You know, I think, you know, y'all women have a unique skill of knowing that this is the man that you want, but maybe he's not the man you want him to be right now.
Good point, Rule.
And
You've been hanging around Rev Ryan.
He done probably had a
I've been in
discussion
jail
with his
2
wife.
years. A lot of time to think about this.
I reflected for 2 years.
But it is a unique skill that women have, and you know, I think I was not ready. I wasn't the man she was, you know, wanting me to be at that moment. You know, I was, you know, being very selfish. You know, it's crazy because anything you do and you want to do to the best of your abilities, you have to be somewhat selfish. You know, and here I am starting a family and starting a marriage and I'm this union and everything, and this is supposed to be my #1 priority to make it work. But then I gotta kind of be here.
You gotta be a rapper
to make this work at its height, or to make it be what it is or what it was. You know what I'm saying? So it was a very difficult time, you know, because I was being very selfish and doing what I needed to do to win. But at the same time, I was hurting her in a lot of ways. So
especially when Superhead wrote that book and you was all
damn her.
Y'all created that. Y'all should have signed to the Murder Inc.
Damn,
You created
lies.
Superhead.
Nah, I don't want to be nowhere near Superhead. More money ain't good money. See, this is a mature Gotti.
There you go, mature guy.
You know how
More
women.
money ain't good money. You know what flabbergasted me about Superhead when she was on Oprah? Because I'm good friends with Oprah and Gail, really good friends with Gail. And I said, Gail, how y'all not having no rappers on, but you let the sucker up there, y'all? And I said, she's lying to y'all, man. She's up there, you wanted to do all of this.
She recently
yo.
came out and kind of recanted a statement about some of the things she said in her book.
It's too late, Rule. You was already in hot water. Your
Let
clothes
it
is
go.
out the window.
Damage has been done, John. Damage has been done.
doesn't matter now.
Out right now. I'm trying to clean it up a little bit. Damn.
She's recently recanted
Yes.
a lot of the
Yes.
slanderous statements.
Yes.
You know how
So,
women.
Jairo, you have a book coming out, right? You wrote a book.
Absolutely, I have a book coming out.
Now, what kind of book is this? Is this like kind of you telling all of your stories and things that happened?
It's my memoirs. We talking about all of the wild and crazy moments of my life and the ecstasy days and you know,
You never had a bad trip?
several.
Okay, but you still was like,
Yeah.
a bad trip would change my.
Yo,
You know what it is?
Yeah. I
Sometimes
had
when
an
you do
incredibly bad
that,
trip.
when you do ecstasy, you wake up in depressed moods sometimes. So for me, that was a bad trip because here I am. I'm having the greatest time of my life. I'm selling a gang of records and life is good, and I'd wake up like, damn, man, what the hell is going on?
I want to backtrack for a moment. Now,
no, wait, what's Gotti? I want to hear Gotti's shit.
Oh, we're going to get to that in a second, but when you said you was doing your wife dirty, and you know how women
I didn't say dirty, Charlamagne.
Okay. But you know how women always say ain't no good gonna come to you unless you do right by me. Did you think a lot of the stuff that happened with you and the Ink was karma from the way y'all might have been treating your wives?
Interesting point,
I mean, that's an interesting point.
Because then Charlamagne gonna have some bad karma.
But you know, but I can't say that I was 100% bad to my wife. You know, I wasn't there for a lot of things that I should have been there for. I wasn't in her corner per se for a lot of the things that I should have been. So yeah, that was terrible. You know, the rumors and things like that, terrible. You know, but as far as me being a good man and a good husband and a good father, that I was. You know, I was there being that person.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a good father, but a good husband if you was doing all that.
We could kind of take out the good husband.
It was two people.
I wasn't a great husband, but I was a good husband.
It was Jethro, and then there was Jeffrey. Jeffrey was the good father.
What it is.
And that's what the book is.
And Ja Rule put the cape on.
That's the same thing with this. Irv Gotti and Irving Lorenzo.
Right.
Very few chicks ever meet Irving Lorenzo. They just get Gotti all fucking day. But now here's what I'm saying. You got to look inside of the relationship and where we started from and everything like that. And yes, there was things done and it's bad, and we was, well, me, I'm only gonna speak for me, I ain't speaking for Rule. I did bad things with other women and stuff like that. But when you look at your life, when you look at Deb's life, she came from the same place that I came from. I was 215, she was on 212.
Yeah.
She ain't on 212 no more. She has a good, she has a great life. She has great kids, and she has someone who's going to ride with her forever and going to support her. So at the end of the deal, when we talk about these relationships, yes, we can look at, oh, well, you did this and it didn't work out. A lot of people don't work out. But when you look at the end of it, she's in a better place. She has a great life, and she could do things very, very with someone who's supporting her and still there for her.
But I bet Deb and I bet
she
Aisha
would trade that in.
Wouldn't she would trade that in to Irving Lorenzo in Queens Village, and same thing with your Queens Village. The same thing, they would trade that.
What she traded in?
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
That's what their mom said.
Right? So you saying to me she would trade in where she's at now, pushing them $100,000 cars and them $2 million
to be with her husband, with her kids, to live in on 215 in Springfield?
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. She like, you know what?
It sounds
I
good.
like what I'm doing right now. I don't put it through college. She got like a doctorate in sociology or whatever.
Listen,
you know
anything in life there's going to be sacrifices. There's going to be, you know, the gift and the curse with
I would
anything,
love
so,
to hear the answer to that from Deb.
From Deb herself.
We're going to get a phone for her.
I would love to hear Isha's answer, response to that as well.
Because I want to know, I would like to hear that answer and come from a real place.
But let me tell you something. Women are slick.
Uh-oh.
Women are slick.
Hold on, let me say.
Each don't want to get, Each don't want to go back to Woodhall.
Absolutely, she loves
2L. 2L is.
But let me tell you,
but not to have you with her every day. You don't think she would?
I'm with her every day.
No,
that's the difference. Oh, but God, yeah, I don't know.
I think she's good, I think if she asked the two, if you ask the two with Deb, she's gonna pick what she's at now, and like it didn't work out, but he's still, and then like I'm still with her. We have children,
right?
So she's got me to death. Any girl who I mess with, they gonna have to be introduced to Deb.
Now, what about the Ashanti rumors when all that was going
Jesus
down?
Christ!
Y'all was running trains on her, right?
We got to talk about everything.
He just jumped out. Stop it,
don't we get like a commercial break?
Yo,
it's our rumors.
Hitting with bomb.
I see you guys. This is the first time you've been up here. We got a lot to talk about.
Can I get more water?
We got to talk about that. Yeah. So what happened with those rumors?
Because I remember hearing they were saying, she broke your heart, and it was hard for him to deal with certain things.
You know what? Here's the real. Me and Ashanti have a unique and special bond. Okay, we made great music together and everything like that, right?
But did y'all have sex?
When you say music, do you mean?
don't know. We didn't have sex.
You don't know?
No, we didn't have sex. I never slept with Ashanti.
Are you keeping it real?
Listen, let me tell you about our relationship. When you ask,
because you said this is the real, so you never. You're saying
listen,
you never.
I'm gonna give you the relationship. Thank you, Vanessa. Bring the water.
You get the water. And then after that,
Give her some extra.
you gotta talk about
listen.
Here I am. I want to hear the Nelly Here I Am verse too. So
Listen. Here's the problem, and here's the realness. We at Murder Inc. is like a family, Rule, this is real. And
don't ask him to back up.
No, listen, we're like a family, right? So what happened when I fell upon hard times and they raided my offices and my life got turned upside down, certain people bailed.
So Ashanti was one of the people that bailed.
She bailed, yo. So that I'm a Cancer.
Me too.
We love hard, but we hate hard just as much as we love hard.
Absolutely.
So when someone bails with, and you know, like, yo, I'm probably the illest nigga in your life next to your dad. It's like your dad and then me. Like, you understand? Like, for you, I don't care what I'm going through. Like, ride with me. Even if you don't want to be on Murder Inc. or whatever, still ride and still be there. Because, yo, at that joint, and how I love, there's nothing I won't do. I'll die for Rule. If we walked outside and a hitman came out and they was doing, I swear to you, I promise, God is my witness, I will jump in front of Rule. Rule, run, you understand? And jump in front. And you know what? He do the same for me. That's the love.
He got on his phone like, oh.
That's the love.
Nah,
He do the same for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, that's the love. And I didn't receive that. Not just from Ashanti, but a lot of people that we was getting down. And you know what I'm saying? And yes, she didn't want to be a part of Murder Inc. no more because she thought, you know, she's this princess that I created and she has this image and the murder wasn't good for the image no more. But you can't tell me that.
Did Nelly have anything to do with that? Because Nelly in the Here I Am verse.
Well, Nelly didn't come around till later.
Look at Nelly in the Here I Am
Yeah,
verse.
Nelly in the Here I Am verse.
I like Nelly.
It seems like he was pointing at you.
Listen, I have nothing against Nelly. Not one thing against Nelly. You understand? Like, I actually, we play some poker, when I got to know him more, I like Nelly. Nelly a good dude. And he's done nothing wrong. Ashanti's a bad chick. He's going at her, as he should. I have nothing wrong with Nelly a thing. Big ups to Nelly. I wish you much success. You got a new record out. I hope you do well, my dude. He's a good guy.
Now you do, but before, there was no problems.
Even then.
Would you help her now?
Musically?
Because she needs it.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And this is what I've grown to think. Like, yes, I could help her, and yes, I could do this, but does she want to be helped, or what does it mean to help her? Would she help me, or is it business?
It's business.
I'm not no business guy, yo. Everything I'm up here with, we ain't got nothing to do with business. You know what I'm saying? I removed myself from the music business for like the last 6-7 years. I got out of it. I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to mess with my kids and chill and be a regular person again. I'm back in because Rule's coming home and I know I'm riding with my man. It don't really have nothing to do with business. You understand? So if I feel somebody's just coming around because they, want to use me or something like that because it's a better advantage for them, it's like I don't really move like that. Like, you don't want to stand next to me? Cool, don't stand next to me. But don't come around asking me for a record either then.
Could you do features with a job?
Yeah, I mean,
weren't you guys
let me say this. We were a family, and it's like, when you're in a family situation, some brothers and sisters have fights. Other brothers and sisters, maybe not so much. Me and Shanti had our little thing where we went through something. Since then, we've made up from that. She wrote me while I was in prison. I wrote back. We communicated. So right now, me coming home from prison, my post Ja Rule, free from prison Ja Rule, I want a clean slate. I don't have no problems with nobody.
I got 50.
I ain't got no problems with 50.
Even Superhead.
50, yo.
I ain't got no problems with nobody.
No problems with 50.
You know what I mean? Because for me, I did a lot of reading in there. I read the Bible a little bit. And I tried to read that from front to back. And in there, it talks about being bitter and resentment and things like that. And it says that, you know, unforgiveness, bitterness, and resentment, it blocks the flow of God's blessings in life. So for me, I don't want to resent anything that happened. I don't want to be bitter about anything that happened. I just want to move forward.
Yes.
And for me to do that, I have to look at all the things that are in my past as just that. It's in my past, and I'm moving forward with a clean slate. So if I had issues with anybody in the past, we cool.
Right.
Me and Ashanti, we cool. I got love for Bon Bon. You know, her and Gotti went through something a little deeper.
We cool too. Y'all
You
just
know,
brought
but-
it up
but-
and asked for the real.
Yeah.
We cool.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
like,
we cool now.
But with me, I don't even like to talk about these situations because it brings up
Yeah, y'all rehashing
those
it.
dark moments where it's
Envy,
like,
Angela,
I don't feel that way
Charlemagne.
anymore.
Well, that's why you get
know
him
what
out
I'm
and you leave him here. That's all.
It's a purging. We're purging.
That's all.
Yeah, you get it out and you leave it here.
Everything.
Leave it on the dance floor.
This dude pulled up the J-Lo quotes.
Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your
Weekday
ear.
morning, 6 to 10.
Power 105.1.
Just I want to ask something from the Packers. This is something the hood used to see. Like when 50 knocked you for singing,
Yeah.
and then he turned around and used your same formula.
Yeah.
What a
Everybody
masterful
loved him
plan.
for it.
Yo, big
How did
ups
y'all
to his
feel?
masterful plan,
It was-
yo.
that's
You
the
executed
old-
it well, yo. No,
That's the
yo,
old
that's
bait
real.
and switch.
It was,
You know what I'm
basically
saying?
the second joint, 21 questions.
That's the old bait and switch. You know what I'm saying?
How about the video was very similar to Josh's video when he was in jail.
Yeah.
The concept and the treatment for the video was extremely similar.
Well, you got to understand something
He
about
did that with Vita
about hip hop.
on Put It On Me.
You got to understand something about music. When somebody is winning the way we were winning in the music business, everybody's taking notice.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see, okay, well, you know, we pull up BDS, we pull up SoundScan. You know, they looking, they like, man, John getting 10,000 spins a week on a record.
Yeah.
He's selling this much amount of records. So everybody's watching and everybody's saying, I want
that.
that.
Yeah.
So everybody doesn't necessarily have the blueprint to get to that. So they use your blueprint to get to that.
Gotcha.
And I think labels do the same thing. You know, they push people into these positions like, yo, you know, well, how about going in and trying one of those Ja Rule style records? You know, that might work for you right now. Try that and then see how that works. You know, so this is how it goes in the music business. So it's not a shock to me that once he figured out, oh, you know what? I could get like 10,000 spins off
Right.
of doing these type of records. I'm getting a look on the other side in Middle America and with these type of records. I'm getting top 40 love with these
top
type
40,
of records.
right.
So yeah, it makes sense when he says, okay, well maybe I need to start doing these type of records. Even though I ridiculed the guy for
These are the
doing
records
these
that's
type of
gonna
records.
win.
These are the records that are winning. These are the records that are going to keep me getting paid.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I understand it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Are you ever
understand?
mad at the consumer though? Like, yo, he just told y'all.
He just
I was
told
whack
y'all
for
that
doing this, but now he's
pizza
doing
was
it.
the worst thing in the world and sold you pizza. Yes, I understand it. I get it. You know, like I said, you know, previously before, I was a little bit hurt by the fans turn on me because I'm a fan-driven artist. I love my fans. So it was a little bit of a thing where I was like, wow, like y'all flipping on me.
And
Like,
they were trying to push your buttons. I remember people would come to your shows and wear G-Unit shirts.
Oh,
Yeah,
all day.
And you would
yeah,
trying to jump out the crowd, trying
Yeah,
to knock
yeah,
everybody's head
We
off.
paid a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of
Lawsuits.
money in
A lot of
lawsuits.
lawsuits.
I'm
A lot
putting
of-
a number at like 4 or 5 million. 'Cause
Yeah.
Rule-
Goodness
gracious.
Absolutely.
Rule, what you need to know, he's not having it.
Yeah.
So anyone that comes, he's firing on him. And once he's like a boss. Rule's a boss. So when Rule fires, we all fire.
All it takes is a G-Unit t-shirt for $4 million. Bring the G-Unit t-shirt when you come
Yeah,
back.
We're in a good place. You know?
I heard-
We ain't doing that no
I
more.
heard stories about beating up DJs for playing G-Unit records in the clubs.
Not G-Unit records, G-Unit disc records. It's a little different. You know, that story got a little bit taken out of context because I'm going to tell that story how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I walk into this beautiful party in Miami. It was like an outside, like a beach party, like a, you know, one of them outdoor,
Sexy.
real sexy vibe. I'm getting love. I'm walking through the crowd. People's like, yo, bro, yo, what up? Yo, love. The DJ seen that and said, nah, he can't get that love right now. And threw on a diss record. Not just a 50 record, like a Ja Rule record.
What was it? Back Down? Or what?
I don't remember what record it was, but I know I heard Ja Rule somewhere in the midst of that. And so I went to the DJ to address it, like, yo, homie, like why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, now you trying to be funny. Like, don't get it misconstrued on what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a sucker, homie. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to talk to him about it. And then he got tough on me, like, what? Bring it back. And that was like, okay, I'm going to, now this is a problem.
See, that's what you get to believe in 50. 50 said I was a Pop-Tart tweet all night.
and it ain't like that. So that's how that story, but then the story went on, the legend went on to the story is, all I did was play a 50 record and he went crazy on me. But it wasn't that. Like, when I'm in the club and I hear 50 records, it's the funniest thing. 50 records come on in the club, everybody goes like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I be doing?
I'm like this.
Absolutely.
Bump, bump, woo! Bump, 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 bump. I'm having fun to it. It don't matter to me, man. It's like, life is so much bigger than what that was. There's so much more for me in life right now. Like, I'm enjoying life. I got a bunch of movie situations that are coming for me. Oh, by the way, I got a film coming out October 18th.
Yeah, I seen that. I went to the movie yesterday. I seen your big poster. You and Adrian Bayan.
Yeah. That'll be out October 18th in theaters. That's a faith-based movie. But there's a lot of things going on in my life right now that's really, really great. So I'm like, I don't care about that, yo. I'm gonna dance to the records. I'm gonna have fun to the music, and I'm gonna have fun with my life.
Do you ever regret clapping back? Because there's some people who say that if you would have just ignored 50 and kept making your big records.
Nah, at the end of the day, Charlamagne, I'm an artist, and as an artist, to sleep well at night, I have to get things off my chest. Music for me is therapy. Gotcha. It's very therapeutic. So. At first, when the sling started coming, I couldn't really say nothing because we were going through the federal indictment and everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So it wasn't much that I could say. But as time went on and the trial was, dwindling down and Gotti and them was, about to get acquitted and things like that, I said, okay, now I could kind of speak. I could kind of say, what I want to say. I could, but by then it was too late. 50's momentum, and it was like that. It was already. People was like, too late, homie. We riding already over here. Yeah. But for me, it was okay. I made the record
too.
I got the record off my chest. I made Blood in My Eye. I felt great about it. I love Blood in My Eye. It's a great album.
I do too. It's a great album.
It's an angry album, but it's a timepiece. If you listen to my whole discography from Veni Vidi Vici to Pain is Love Too, you don't have to interview me. You could hear it in my music, what I was going through each record. From Veni Vidi Vici, that was the struggle. That was me coming out of the hood. That was my come up. Everything I lived to that moment was put into that album. Then Rule 336 was, okay, I'm getting a little bit of money now. I'm having some fun, between me and you.
New style was created on
and then so forth and so on. Pain is Love, Last. All of those albums speak to the consumer. It speaks to the fans. So the fans actually can just listen to my albums and know what I was going through each year and time period.
So what about this next project?
Well, hold on. When 50 and Junior started to fall off musically, did y'all smile a little bit though?
I really didn't care.
I didn't care.
It is.
I mean, it's weird and it's funny because at present day he's damn near in the same place that we are musically. He has to make a record that people care about. Word. His last record I thought was very funny. The one with
Kendrick.
No. He had a record with what's the Maroon 5 guy? Adam Levine.
Yeah.
That was a very soft and delicate record. I was like, wow. Look at this guy. He's with Adam Levine.
I didn't think it was a bad record. I was in jail watching it when he did it on The Voice, and I didn't think it was a bad record. But
nah, that record was he looked a little crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad record.
Have y'all had any contact?
You know what's funny? I was at the After Earth premiere because I came with Will and JL, Will's manager. And it's crazy, and Charlie Mack. So I'm sitting there, and 50 comes in with his little entourage, or whatever, and we walk right past, he walked right past me, right past me. And I'm like, my antennas is always up when he's there, because you just never know. So I'm sitting there, but the funny thing is, the whole theater got tense. Mm-hmm. When I tell you, the whole theater got tense. But nothing happened. I think I think like with him or whatever like that, I don't really think he's thinking about it like that much either. The only reason we talk about it is because we really like you guys. We're gonna talk about it. But really, let's talk about something. It's 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm done talking about it.
We're done talking.
Let's talk about these new records you put out.
Now, hey, big love to 52, by the way. Shout out to you, kid.
Where you at musically now? I'm talking about all your albums. So now, where you put these records out now? Where are you now?
I'm just having fun with it now, Envy. I'm in a space where I just want to go in the studio, make records, and enjoy.
Yeah.
Making records.
You know what I like to see, and this is with you too, Irv, is we haven't seen you guys in a long time. 2 years for you and 2-3 years for you.
Right.
And then with your emergence on Twitter, it was good to see because you never know what's happening.
No, Irv Gotti's reckless on Twitter.
No, because he is down.
Instagram. Irv Gotti 187. Follow me. I'm entertaining.
Absolutely.
And I may drop a jewel.
Absolutely. You see so many artists broke, losing money, messed up athletes. So, not to say that it was expected. You were gone for 2 years, and I'm like, man, this has got to hurt. There's not too many people that could leave for 2 years. Not
and then you didn't file your taxes, and that came up. And
then come back and still be okay, still living in the same house. Same thing with Irv. We ain't see Irv in 2 years, no music, behind the scenes a lot, and you still driving, the
Phantoms.
Drop heads.
That's what surprised everybody.
I'm smart, yo.
Very nice house, very nice house.
I'm smart.
His celebrity net worth is $60 million, FYI.
That's not true. But that's not true.
The website says 60
I ain't one of the
million.
dudes that's in front to you and be like, what, 60? Man, that's 100. Nah, that's true. But here's something that is true. Ever since my first deal with Blunt TVT, I got 20 grand. I ain't never been broke since.
Yeah.
Like me and Rule, we Rule still got the big Rule's houses. I love Rule's house. Big home. Now I'm neighbors with him. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I know how to get money. I'm gonna get money, yo. Me and Rule are gonna get money.
How do y'all make your income now? I mean, was it residuals from past records? Or
I own half of my masters. Okay. It don't mean much, but it spins off some change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I own half of my masters, so I'm gonna I could stop what I'm doing and just off of residuals, I'll make $500,000 to $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's good.
And the one thing that I did that was really smart, we had an accountant, and I had all this money. Me and Rule, we was making a lot of money. We was.
That's not the accountant that didn't file your taxes.
Nah.
Okay.
But she had told me when we was making a lot of money, and when Deb had kicked me out, this is the type of dude I am. So it was going to buy an apartment here in Tribeca. Apartment was like $2 million. So she was like, yo, put down 10% and use your money other ways. I said, yo, I don't know what's gonna happen.
You buy this thing outright.
I buy it. I just paid for it. And in hindsight, the reason why I'm pretty decent with money is because I did things like that. I own everything. I don't have a big monthly nut that I gotta, you know what I'm saying?
No foreclosure you gotta worry about.
Nah, ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Like I just bought everything. You know what I'm saying? And it really, in hindsight, it helped me out because when times got hard, it was like the monthly nut that I needed. I could survive off of residuals, really.
Yeah. Right.
And you
if
have to
I
know
ain't do
yourself.
nothing, I can sit at home and just scratch my balls all day, and I'll be all right. I won't be able to
for.
ball.
Right.
I won't have the fans or so, but I would be all right.
Yeah.
Now, what happened with the super group that was supposed to happen back in the day? Jay-Z, DMX, Ja. Why that never came to fruition?
Who messed that up?
I don't think nobody messed it up.
That was that first couple of records. I was like, yes.
Because it could have happened. All y'all wanted
real
to Def
dope.
Jam umbrella.
It would have been real dope, but egos get
Irv
involved
got a
with
story.
stuff like that. Egos definitely get involved with stuff like that. It was a time we couldn't get X and J in the same room.
Yeah.
So that was difficult. But there's a lot to that. Yeah, you can tell them more.
It's a lot. It's a lot to that. It's no one's fault or whatever like that, but it's something that I wanted. Me in particular, I felt like the most unique individual. Again, I met Jay in '87 with Jazz. We went to London. We've been boys ever since. I met DMX in 1988 through this guy, Dr. Zeus, Chad Elliott. He introduced me to DY and DMX. I've known them since '88. Then I met Rule in 1990 through Chris Black and everything like that. And then Rule was my man. So just for everybody listening, right? Just think of me for 1 second. I knew these three guys was the best. When I heard them, they was just different and special. I knew this before we sold records or anything. So for me, it wasn't about money. It wasn't about nothing. I wanted to do this project with my three brothers. And you know, we tried 2 times. When we first tried, it definitely was egos because Rule, you know, that was when the cover Double XL, you know, we sparked it.
Tough cover,
legendary cover.
Batman covers tough,
chain,
right?
The bat,
the chain, the bat. Like these are 3 of my brothers, right? So when that happened, Rule wasn't at the top of the game. These 2 was. So I understood. I'm like, all right, they may not want to do it for that reason. It's still in my mind, though, it's just music, yo. I'm not asking y'all to pull off drive-bys for me. Let's go on and make some records and make some music. Yeah. So, but I understand why it didn't happen again. I tried to do it a second time, and this time Rule was as big as them, and it still didn't happen. I'm not gonna point no fingers or whatever, but like my ambition, it hurt it because I'm like, why? Let's go. And I had put together this plot where it's a third. I said, Joe, we're gonna make at least $100 million each. Just give me 16 months of your time. You understand? I'm gonna give you back $100 million or whatever like that. And it still didn't happen. Now to double back, that's why the Nas maybe it happened. No one wants to be great with me. No one wants to ride and be great with their man. I want to be great. Oh, Nas, you want to mess around? Let's try and be great. That ambition, I should have never did that though.
Right. Now how you?
I'm giving y'all too much.
No, you're giving us a lot.
People are gonna look back on this.
I'm watching the video.
Yo, that's dope though. They got us all going. I'm giving them too much.
How was your hand in everybody's? I don't want to say pop, but everybody's back. You know, you talk to Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
She talks about, you know, we talk about your hand and everybody's back. I caught it.
Yeah, we caught it.
Nicki Minaj talks about how much that she can call on you. Drake talks about how he can call on you. How do you still link it with all these people, but you so far from the music?
You know what? You know what's the good thing about them? First of all, big shout out to Drake. Your album's incredible. Love you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Dope album. Love you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's y'all blueprint.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
he's singing like he hates Drake. So we gotta be careful.
He's
we gotta be careful. I love Drake.
No, really, Drake hates
Drake is super talented, dog.
He can rap his ass off, absolutely.
And he can sing, and he may start it from the bottom and hold on. Give that man, let him be great.
He is.
Let him be great.
He can rap his ass off.
So here's the thing, like, for me personally, I love the fact my connection with Nicki and Drake, because I was on them early. I tried to sign Nicki, but I didn't really have a label deal at the time. And Nicki's so smart. She was like, Murder Inc. isn't that hot right now, Gotti. But she's like, you're ill. Manage me. And I'm like, then I bossed her down. I said, I ain't no manager. I'm a label owner or whatever like that. Hindsight, I'm stupid. I should have managed Nicki Minaj.
You should have managed Nicki Minaj.
Right, right. But you know what I'm saying? What I like about that, my radar for artists is super solid. It's on point. You know, like everyone who like I vibe with, even like with Meek, they dope. There's something about them and they dope. So for me, I get a happiness in knowing like, oh, I knew she was gonna be that. I knew Drake was gonna be that. But it's just a real solid friendship. With me and Nicki is deep because Nicki I knew way before, and then when she didn't sign with me, like I kinda advised her. I got her with her lawyers that she's with now, that's powerhouses, and I like kinda pushed her to Young Money. Like the conversation I had, she was talking about the deals, and I'm like, Nicki, don't even think about the deal. I said, whatever you sign in the beginning, it doesn't matter really, because once you blow up, you burn that contract up anyway. Absolutely. So I said, Joe, you gonna go with the hottest crew. It's got Weezy and Drake. I said, listen, just sign with them. And I was like, just tell Wayne you just want to be on one record, just end with a video. Because I said, what history tells us is the female with the hot,
oh yeah,
she's gonna go.
Oh yeah,
a la Ashanti, a la Eve, a la Little Kim. It's just the formula of success, and it's a reason. And I went in depth with her. I said it's a reason because all these girls love Wayne and Drake, and then when they see you standing next to her, they envy you. Like they like, yo, I wish I was Nicki. Look, she's cool with Drake, and I wonder if she's them. Like, you understand? Like, that's what they do next. I wonder if she's them. I wonder if she's both of them. Wow, how lucky is she? I would give the world to suck Drizzy's. Right? You understand? So it becomes a thing. But I explained to her in detail why, and she really like took to it and she did it. And then when it came out, she hit me. She was like, "Wow!" And then I was telling her enjoy the moment, like. you know what I'm saying? That's why she gave me a little bit of love for the moment, because I was like, yo, this is your time. If you ask any artist, like even with us, when we first came out with it was the best time in the world. You selling records, you going to, it's the best
remember
time.
This time right here? Remember this
It's the best time. Yo, but really?
I know y'all bang Christina Milian.
Stop!
Why are you doing that?
This should be the Breakfast Club. This should be the jump out the window morning show. Yo. Say whatever's on your mind morning show. What's on your mind? Say it.
Does Drake ever reach out to you, Ja, for advice on how to handle like getting flack for doing the singing thing?
Nah,
so
you know, I seen Drake before I went in. I ran into Drake at Berry's in L.A. And me and him kicked it. He gave me his number and stuff. He's like, yo, whatever you need, dog, it's love, it's love. But I went to jail after that, so we really didn't get to connect and kick it. But I was happy to see that him and Gotti got cool while I was away. You know, because he's a good dude.
He's a
man.
good guy. And see, you know what? Everyone, we need to stop with all of the rough and tough or everyone. You understand? Like, let him be who he is. Like, you'll give him flack because he's a good guy. Like, because he'll say something nice to somebody and you'll give him, what is that?
Well, I actually gave him flack for the opposite. When I saw the headlines video, he had the black hoodies on. He was talking about, you gonna make me catch a body like that. I'm like, yo, that's not you.
It's hip-hop.
Hip-hop. Yeah.
It's hip-hop. And trust me, he's around some dudes that probably, he's like, you never know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the guy was founded by Jay Prince's son. Jay Prince is somewhere in the mix with this dude. Never question Jay Prince.
He didn't call a couple times.
I got a couple calls from Jay
Never
Prince.
question my brother Jay Prince. No, he owns a ranch with pigs.
Hogs, not pigs.
You ever see,
Hogs.
hold on,
called
you
a
ever
couple
see
times.
Snatch?
Yeah.
Watch the movie Snatch when they talk about pigs.
I definitely got a couple calls from Jay
called a
Prince
couple
in my
times.
life.
Yeah, Prince is a good
Jay
dude.
Prince
Shout out
is
to
my
Prince.
brother, and that's my man. He's not for play. He's authentic. You understand? He's authentically.
You still got a relationship
Prince.
with him and Suge?
Of course. Of course.
Now, for you, Ja, when you were in jail, how many people reached out to you trying to say, okay, when you get out, we're going to do this, we're going to do that?
You know, a lot of people reached out to me. I got a lot of letters from a lot of, you know, people in the industry and stuff.
Anything promising that you were like, okay, I'm definitely...
Nah, it was just like, yo, hold your head, love, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So it was good to see that people, you know, was reaching out. And
then when you got home, did you reach out to certain people and say, yo, let's do this together, let's do that? How's that?
Nah, not really. You know, I'm a different dude, man. I don't want to be a burden on nobody's plate. You know, if y'all over here doing that, and you know, I'm maybe not the hottest guy, or I'm not the guy maybe to be next to at this moment, I'm not gonna bother you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, yo, stand next to me, and mess up what you got going on or whatever. I'm just gonna ride through the storm, and I'll put it on my back, and me and Gotti will ride out. We'll do what we got to do, and it'll be fine.
We cool with walking alone.
Yeah.
If you even look at the way his career started and everything like that, we never really did the big features till later when the whole industry wanted to do a Ja Rule record. But when you look at his career, when we first started out, we was messing with, we broke artists. Like usually, like Christina Milian, she didn't have no records. We just put her on the joint. Little Mo, we put her on the joint. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really, you know what I'm saying, buddy hustle with everybody like that. We didn't have no problems, and it was love with everybody. But I was like, when I'm in the studio, I ain't really thinking about no one else. I'm thinking about us. So we don't need nobody. So really, we in a comfortable state with just being, it's just me and Rule, cool.
But I do love collaborating.
Yeah, we do love collaborations
with great artists. Great talent.
And look, it was crazy because when we did the Fresh Out the Pen record, I was like, you know, as an executive and as a music maker and a producer, we all go through it, right? So we all think of, I wonder what Future would sound like. But you know, this is how I am. As soon as when I think like that, I smack myself. I said, you sound like a regular dude. That's what the regular dude will do. That has no mind, has no innovative things. And then I said, with Rule, with the place we in, I didn't want no one to get that energy. If we make a great record, give it to my man. If I'd have put Future on that record, and then do Bugatti or whatever like that, they'd be like, oh, Future brought Rule back. You understand? Nah, ain't no one bringing Rule back. Rule bringing Rule back. You know what I'm saying?
Now they saying, they say you sound like Meek Mill. on record. I mean, you sound like the same job I've always been hearing, but
that's crazy.
This new era said you sound like Meek Mill.
That's because that energy, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just flowing on the record. I'm just, I'm just being me, having some fun with the record. You know what it is? A lot of people so used to my commercial records that they don't really know.
Listen to the albums
or the album cuts.
Listen to the albums, yo.
The flows, the different flows I play with and stuff on the albums. Like, I know people just don't really know Ja Rule like they think they know Ja Rule musically, too. So
yo, the crazy thing, when he was inside, all I listened to was Rule, because I love Rule so much. I was like, yo, when he come home, he deserves the shot. He deserves the shot from me. You know what I'm saying? Because really, Pill 2, I wasn't heavily involved. I was on my sabbatical. You understand?
It's a great album, by the way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I was on my sabbatical. But I said, when he comes home, he deserves every bit of me. So boom, for the 2 years, I'm listening to all his music. And what I came back with, really, and this isn't just because he's my man, he gets busy. Like when you listen to his music and listen to him, like the flows and everything, the wordplay, the content, yo, stop it. He gets busy. He put him up there with anybody, and you put Rule on a record with anybody, he gonna shine.
So where's Murder Inc. now? What's Ja doing now? Is Ja signed to Murder Inc.? Is it a partnership? Do you have a label
that's
deal?
For life, yo.
Yeah, Murder Inc. is always gonna be, the imprint that put us where we at.
First of all, Murder Inc. is his too. It's like it's his too.
Ours, but now we got a thing. He got Visionary, I got Maven. And together we are Visionary Maven
on Murder Inc.
Yeah, on Murder Inc.
So and where's that come? Where's that distributed, or is it independent?
Oh no. Well, right now,
I seen you walking around with Leo a lot.
Yeah, there's rumors that you and Leo Cole.
I seen you walking around with Leo a lot.
Gonna start a
we
situation.
just was at dinner with Leo.
I heard.
Big shout to Lance.
We heard y'all doing some stuff.
Huh?
You heard y'all doing some stuff.
The thing with Leo is, he is my mentor, right? Period. In the story. He's the man that brought me in the game and schooled me. So I came to him with all of this energy with making music, but he showed me business. He opened up this world to me. So me and Leo is like a connection forever. So Leo's starting a situation, and Rule will probably be on Leo's situation with Maddie Jane. Everything that I do, Leo is going to be around with Julie, with Kaiser, and just for me, I have to have that. I've learned something in these years. I can't be with the scary executive that's my partner. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It does not work. I can't be with the executive that's scared that if I get hot, I'm going to take their job. I can't be with the executive that's just scared of me on the whole, because I do run with a lot of, and they are going to be in the office because they're my family. You understand? And I'm not going to turn my back on them for nothing. You understand? So I have to be with executives that understand me, understand who I am, that are not afraid, that want me to succeed. All of the other executives out there that's scary, it doesn't work.
Is that why you never got the shot of being president of Def Jam?
Well, the president of Def Jam, in all realness, yes, that's absolutely the shot. The absolute reason. But also, I don't hold no bitterness to it, because the feds ran up in Worldwide Plaza. You know what I'm saying? So everyone, when you think about that, yes, I am overqualified for Def Jam. Russell Simmons lived 10 blocks from me. Like, I grew up worshiping Def Jam. That's the reason why I wanted a label. I was an A&R director at Def Jam. I helped bring tremendous success to Def Jam. There's nothing anyone could tell me about Def Jam. I eat, breathe, Def Jam. But I'll never get it because the feds ran up in Worldwide. So for the powers that be, I'm sure, hey, do we want to give this guy? And he still runs around with, like, is he going to have the feds running up in here again or whatever? So, you know what I'm saying? I know that black cloud, it hangs over my head, and I'm cool with it. But I'm not leaving my dudes alone.
No, but that's not your calling to be president of Def Jam.
It must not. God has a bigger plan.
That's not.
Although I would have loved it. You understand? Jay actually did, and when you look at it, Jay did a masterful job at Def Jam. Yeah. There hasn't been a president since. Look at Joey, he bailed. Like, that was crazy. Wasn't that funny?
He's out.
It was the Trinidad James thing. It was about to hit him, right?
That was it?
I think so. You know,
Trinidad James $2 million.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When you give Trinidad James $2 million, right? what you giving Ye? Give me 50 million. Like if you give Trinidad James 2 million, you better give Ye 50. Ye is a mind-blowing genius, groundbreaking, iconic hip hop artist, and you just gave Gold All in My Neck, and I love that record. When it come on Trinidad, I am popped my woo. Yeah, that's me. But is he a Def Jam artist? Def Jam is like the home of artists that personify hip hop, culturally important. These are the artists that has came up through Def Jam. Def Jam means something to the hip hop culture, and I'm just scared. I'm just scared with like. Yeah, I'm just scared. I ain't gonna mention no names, but I'm just scared with the guy who's at the watch of it. He don't care about Def Jam.
You gotta be really, really of the culture to run Def Jam.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about.
I think
Just,
could do
you
a
gotta
good
be.
job.
You gotta
Pecos
have
is of
broke
the
dance
culture.
before. You need to write graffiti before. You need to.
You need to be part of this culture.
You need to be part
you
of this
gotta
culture,
understand
man.
what that logo means.
Right.
And I'm very scared that it's gonna become Motown. You know what I'm saying? Motown was Def Jam. It was culturally important, R&B, Barry Gotti, and everything. And now Motown is an afterthought. Universal Motown. They did the same thing with Def Jam now. Island Def Jam. And it's like they're gonna phase it. They'll phase it out because the powers that be, you know, they don't care about that culture or whatever. They thinking what's best to minimize the dollar and thing, and they don't care.
Get money.
That's why they probably like don't put Gotti up there because he cares too much. Don't put Gotti up there. He's gonna overcare.
Make me the president of Def Jam.
I just want to tell you that we have officially went over our Jay-Z interview and Fat Joe interview.
beat Hov and Fat Joe?
We beat Hov and Fat
That's
Joe.
what I'm talking about. I mean, it was great.
106 minutes, 106 minutes, an hour and 6 minutes.
Y'all are good though.
I love it.
It's a double album.
But like I
It's a
always
double
say,
album, right?
these are the best interviews. I love interviewing the OGs, the legends.
Yo.
Y'all got so much history.
Yo.
And y'all won't write a book, so this the
Ja
closest
Rule
we can get.
wrote a book?
Ja, it's okay.
I wrote a book.
I'm gonna write a
I wrote
book later because I'm like, you know, my people tell me, they say, Joe, they said when someone makes the money that you made at your age and go through hard times, they said it's all good, Gotti, because now you're smart. And I said, Joe, I said I am. I'm more mature. I'm not that wild dude, but Joe, my brain is so vicious right now because I done seen and did so much. I got so much experience and knowledge. They say, yo, the second run.
The second run is the
They
run.
said the second run is the vicious run. And they said, Joe, you're still your early 40s. You're a young man. They said, Joe, you're a young man. Executives go to 60, 70. So they said, Joe, you're about to kill it. Like my good friends and executives, the billionaires, all my billionaire friends be giving me mad like little advice. They be like, yo, you're about to kill it. Because they said, just think about it. Think of how much knowledge you got in your brain with everything. I'm like, yo, you're right.
We went through a lot
I'm
early.
never going to make that same mistake again.
Yeah, we went through a lot early.
Hindsight, 50, go ahead, sign with Atlantic in Craig, because we blocked them to Elvis and Dre. Yo, and big shout out to Eminem. They said Elvis, like when I say Elvis, I mean it in the complimentary form. You know? Like Elvis was the biggest artist. He's the biggest artist. Like even when I talk about hip hop and
But
rap,
you gotta watch how you say that, because Elvis also stole black music. But
Hello?
you gotta watch how you say it. You know what I'm saying?
Hello?
That's where the negative comes
coulda
in
let-
at.
you coulda-
It's no negative with that. So all of you Eminem crazy fans, it's no negative with that. You know what I'm saying? Eminem, his little quick Eminem story. Eminem was actually, me and him was cool. Damian Young, the Mizza, he used to do Power
106.
six shows in L.A. And like the first shows, me and we were shooting pool. Cool dude.
Yeah.
Like I like Eminem.
Yeah.
I like him. Really, me and Rule is good dudes. We don't really. It's gonna take a lot for us
I see. You
to
know, this,
not like
I got
you.
a crazy story too with me and M. Me and M seen each other. We was switching jets. He was coming off, and I was about to get on, and we kicked it right then and there. And it was like, yo,
In the midst of everything.
Yeah, in the midst of everything, while we was about to switch plane, I said, yo, ain't no malice. He said, ain't no malice here. You know what I mean? It's love. You know what I'm saying? And so from then I knew that me and M didn't really have no
It's
issues.
it's no
like,
issue.
It's no
It's
issues.
just because of that.
Situation, right.
So
M is a
it's
monster.
all
Though.
good.
Every record he gets on with another rapper, he
Destroys.
Yo, what?
Yeah.
That like he's a rapper's rapper. Like that's like hip hop battle 101. Rapper's rapper. I don't care. We on the same record. I'm bodying you, whether you like it or not.
And that's an unwritten rule.
That's an unwritten rule
by
in
the way.
hip-hop. Yeah.
For all of y'all that's up in arms and done raw about the Kendrick verse,
right.
that has always been an unwritten rule for
Well,
artists.
tell your man Drake that.
If I get on a record with you, I want to body you. And you
tell your
should
man
want to
Drake
body
that.
me. That's just the way it is.
Drake's crying about the verse.
He ain't crying about the verse. Stop it, yo.
But that's an unwritten rule in hip-hop. It's always been like that.
Hey, when Drake gets on records, usually he's the one who shines.
True.
Yeah.
When he's rapping.
No, this is all right.
All right.
Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, we appreciate you stopping through.
Love,
No
love,
doubt.
love.
Oh, man, it's the Breakfast Club. You know what it is. Let's go.
Real people, real celebrity, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your ear.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10.